elbow on the table because I almost broke it before.
I'll do it.
Welcome to Two Dudes and a Mexican. We're back at Blackjack. So I'm your host, Peter Soprano. To my left, the resident Mexican, David Quinones.
Órale, mi gente.
And to my right, D-Money Drizzy Dre.
Go, people.
And if you saw maybe a false start earlier, we're restarting again. Technical difficulties. So we're challenged and overturned. So the first overturn you'll see all year. All right, so listen, we're going to jump right back into it because that cut away like 5 minutes of our time. We saw the beatdown of Ohio State beating down Michigan yesterday.
Bitch slap.
If I'm Michigan, I can't take that anymore. I got to start over. Dre, what do you do if you're Michigan? Do you get rid of Harbaugh now?
Like I said before, we got cut off. I said we keep him. Again, the only reason for that is because what I said before, you really don't know how good you have it until it's gone, and it could be a disaster once he leaves. If they want to believe and trust in the system, keep him. Otherwise, you want like Pete said, you want to rebuild from scratch. Do that, but that could be a headache.
That dude's been there for 8 years.
That could be a headache.
Listen, I was going to say I agree with Pete on this one. I mean, listen, how much more time does he need?
Yeah,
that's true. I agree.
So I think he's been given enough time. He's been given, the support that he needs. Like I said before, Michigan hasn't got the return that they invested in. I think you move on from here, man.
Can't argue with that, honestly.
And yeah, I just wouldn't be able to take it anymore. The worst thing to be is a middle tier team, and if you're the team that's going to be 7-4, 8-3 every single year, but you can't get to a big game or you can't win a big game, what's the point?
With high expectations too, obviously, like I said. When they got Harbaugh, the expectations were set high.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be the savior for this program. Turn it around. He hasn't done that. So.
Now, the big story of yesterday is Alabama lost.
Alabama.
The second loss this year, and they will not be in the college football.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I'm guaranteeing it right now.
Are you sure?
I'm guaranteeing it. That Alabama will not be in the Final Four. And first of all, how shocking is that, Dave?
It was, man. I mean, obviously, with the points they put up, you thought they would have won.
You put up 45 points to Alabama, you should win like 45-20.
I mean, crazy, especially doing it without Tua. But we talked about this, earlier in the week. They still had the tools, obviously.
The wide receivers are sick.
The wide receivers are studs. Their offense is still a high-powered offense. Definitely shocking because again. If you knew you were going to score 45 points, you'd think you'd have this game in the bag, and they didn't. Very disappointing for Alabama. I agree with you. They should not be in it at the end, but stranger things have happened, right?
I don't know, but that's strange. That's completely fucking weird. Dre, you saw Alabama. Well, I don't know. Did you see that game?
I didn't see the game, but I was keeping track of the score and like everything that all the mayhem that was unfolding.
Crazy.
And honestly, yeah, unbelievable. There was a time that Bama had a pretty, good lead. Every time they got scored on, they answered right back, whether it would be a punt return or a pick six or whatever it was. They always had an answer for Auburn. It just seemed that, Auburn just stepped their foot on the gas a little bit at the end. There was the missed field goal at the end from Bama's part.
Will Saban ever freaking recruit a kicker? They said since he's been the coach there at Alabama, his kickers have missed more kicks than anybody else in college football.
That's insane.
He never recruits a kicker. He only cares about getting everybody else, and the kicker always ends up killing him because when he's in a close game, you need that kicker.
You have to.
I don't know why he will not recruit a kicker.
I don't know,
maybe
but
you should look into the soccer program.
Exactly. Anything. Yeah. What can you lose? Like you keep losing, you keep missing field goals, and it's costing you national championship games. Like
that's insane.
It's ridiculous.
That is crazy.
Yeah, but tough loss for Bama, and that's it. Playoff hopes goodbye.
Yeah, exactly. Bama's done. If they ever were to actually find a way to get Bama to let in, I would stop watching college football. That's how bad it is. Alabama is done. But with Alabama being done, we saw the two of the top 4 teams cruising, LSU and Clemson.
Yep.
They seem to be still going through. Right now, still got undefeated Ohio State. You got undefeated LSU. You got undefeated Clemson.
Yep.
Who's the best team out of those 3 right now? Now, who's ranked higher? Who do you think is the best team?
Oh, man, I love LSU, man.
Me too.
They just got the way they've been dominating has been so consistent. again, their football's from the watch, the defense, the offense, and
Burrow tied a SEC record, 44 touchdown passes. Yes.
Now, obviously, I'm not trying to discredit Ohio State and Clemson, though, but the way LSU's playing right now, to me, that's the team right there that I look at them and I'm like, you know what? I can see them taking it all this year.
What do you think?
Listen, I gotta agree. You know, LSU, for me, they're the better team. Listen, if you look at their whole season in total, the opponents they've beaten, how they've beaten them, this offense, you know, Burrows, you know, being possibly Heisman Trophy winner. I mean, I think LSU has to be at the top there. So. For me.
Listen, I think LSU has played the best of everybody, even though Ohio State's catching up.
Ohio State's playing great.
Ohio State has won two straight games against teams that are in the top 15, and now they're going to play one more in Wisconsin. So they deserve to be actually in the argument to be the best team.
Of course.
However, all I heard yesterday, and it makes sense when you talk about it, is that we want to be the number one seed. Between LSU and Ohio State, we want to be the number one seed because we want to avoid Clemson in the first round. Clemson has not lost in 2 years. They won the national championship, blew out Alabama last year. They are still, in my mind, until somebody knocks them off, they have the best quarterback in college football in Trevor Lawrence. Over the last 4 games, he has 16 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. So he's just revving it up right now. I still think Clemson is still the best team. If I'm putting a bet against anybody, I know everybody's going to bet LSU. They're going to bet Ohio State because they played better this year. I still have my money on Trevor Lawrence and Clemson. So they're still my top team.
Can't argue with that, huh?
And like I said, they haven't lost in 2 years. They haven't lost in 2 years. But now we're coming out of that spot. We talked about those 3 teams, but there's still one more spot. That 4th team. You got Georgia right now who's sitting there at 4th. You got Utah who's going to move into 5th now that Alabama lost. And you got Oklahoma that's going to move up right up there to 6th. And all 3 of them have championship games next week. LSU versus Georgia, huge game next week, 4 o'clock, and that's going to decide who wins the SEC. We think LSU is going to win, but if Georgia wins, that pretty much assures they're going to be in.
So. Oh, yeah.
But let's say they lose. Now you got Utah versus Oregon.
That's another big game.
That's another big game. Could go either way. Everybody's last college football game, he could ball out and go next. And if both of them lose, then you have Oklahoma
in a rematch
against Baylor.
Rematch against Baylor, yo.
And who knows? Baylor probably make the thing. Yo, if we beat them, we should be in there. Like it's one of those games that's it's gonna be so good next weekend, championship week. Who gets that 4th spot, Dre?
I'm gonna have to say Utah. Again, I don't see Georgia being LSU.
Johnny Utah.
And Oklahoma, again, they showed that they could be vulnerable against Baylor, and obviously, you know, Baylor showed to be the more vulnerable after giving up that huge lead and allowing Oklahoma to bounce back, though. But I think Utah, if they could take care of Oregon, I actually like them to squeak in that 4th spot.
What do you think, Dre?
I mean, listen, I think the safe bet would be Georgia, but you know,
I don't think that's safe at all. They got to beat LSU.
I was going to say, do they beat LSU? That's the only problem. So, listen, I'm going to go Oklahoma. So, I think they have the easier path, you know what I'm saying, to make it because I don't think Georgia's going to beat LSU. I don't think Utah's going to beat Oregon. So, I think Oklahoma has the easier path to this. So, I'm going to go with Oklahoma.
What do you think, Pete?
That is such a tough. It's really tough to decide. Gun to my head, I kind of agree with you because I think Oregon is going to beat Utah, and I think LSU is going to beat Georgia. So when it comes down to it, I think Oklahoma is going to find a way to get it.
What if everybody loses next week? Who makes it then?
Well, that's the thing. That's what I kind of brought up Baylor because Baylor was number 9 coming in this week, so they probably moved up to number 8. They have the right to claim. Listen, we just beat the team that's number 6. Everybody in front of us lost. Why shouldn't we be in there? Yeah. So that's the only team that I think. All right, would you put a Baylor team in? And it's tough that you're going to put a Baylor team in after they went 1-1 with Oklahoma, the team that they'll be beating. So
is there a way that Georgia makes it if they lose?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think any team with 2 losses has a shot. I've always said that every single year about the college football playoff. If you want to be in the college football playoffs, don't lose twice, because if you lose twice, I don't think you have a chance at all. And another team that had a chance to be in that college football playoff, and they would have been the team that would have been in if they had won their last 2 games. and a couple losses. Minnesota got beat by Wisconsin yesterday. Wisconsin.
So wait, let me interrupt this real quick because I have to. I have to. Who picked Minnesota last week and who picked Wisconsin?
The resident Mexican.
Again, baby.
He did pick Wisconsin to win that game.
And why did I say it? Why did I say it? I said 2 words.
Oh my God.
Mr. Taylor, baby, Mr. Taylor.
Taylor had another game. I think,
3 TDs and over 100
total yards.
Over 100 total yards.
Listen, he's put up some really good. He's put up some really good games. By the way, and we looked at it yesterday. Go and look at J.K. Dobbins, some of his games.
Oh my God,
against good teams, whether it's MSU or yesterday with his 211 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Go and see some of his stat lines. And the thing about it, he's projected to be a 2nd-round pick in the NFL. He's going to be a stud in the NFL. So now that we have our selection for the Final Four, Oklahoma, and Utah. Now it's championship week. We'll get to that next week. It's going to be a huge week. On Wednesday, we'll be talking about all those championship games because it is star-studded. To have a number 2 team versus a number 4 team in the championship game before the college playoffs, it's just not LSU. The LSU game and Georgia game is gonna be nuts.
It could change a lot.
The LSU and Georgia game is gonna be nuts. But it's Sunday football. We got about 15-20 minutes to get to these. Let's quickly go over the Thanksgiving games. Out of the 3 games on Thursday, any of them shocked you? We had Buffalo beating Dallas.
Buffalo.
Go Buffalo! Go Buffalo!
Yeah, we did have that. And then we obviously had Detroit Lions and Bears, which played kind of an ugly game.
I was about to say that
Bears found a way to win that game. And then Saints versus Falcons. Any surprises?
Not really. I mean, I think that's what we picked. I think. Yeah, because I know I picked the Bears.
I had Detroit.
I picked that. I didn't really care for that game.
That's a game we didn't care about.
Yeah, obviously the Dallas game could have gone either way. Listen,
I
think I'm surprised by that one.
But I think Buffalo. Listen, people have to really take Buffalo serious now. Listen, that defense.
They need to take my guy Josh Allen serious.
Josh Allen, man.
I've been telling people about him.
That kid is kind of like, and I hate to make a comparison, but he's kind of like he's kind of like Trubisky.
What?
He's kind of like Trubisky last year, man. He's making headway. He's making headway, bro.
Trubisky isn't making any headway.
No. Last year he looked pretty good. He's going in the right direction. Listen, I think Josh Allen, he's improved. He's going in the right direction. Well, what do you want me to use? Goff then? Goff is doing better. I mean, he's looking better and better. I think he's got a bright future as long as Buffalo can get some more playmakers on that team. But you got to take Buffalo serious now, I think, with that win. So that's going into Big D, winning that game
on a short
Thanksgiving,
on a short week, dominated.
That's great.
They blasted.
They proved a lot to me. They proved a lot to me in this game. Like you just said, Dave. Thanksgiving Day, which is always a big game for Dallas that day, on a Thursday at home. On a short week, you gotta be
lost. We're talking about this shit.
you gotta be impressed with Josh Allen.
They made Jerry Jones walk out the damn stadium.
I've always been a fan of Josh Allen. I love the way he's progressing. He's progressing into a really good QB. If he just had more weapons, I think it could be a dangerous team though. But they got the job done, and they got it done in spectacular fashion. After the comments that came from Mr. Jerry himself, bashing his coach. So everybody would expect.
I think he's gonna be fired.
So everybody expected at least Dallas and what's his face?
Hopefully Vic isn't right and they hire Lincoln Riley, but I think he will be fired, dude.
Man, don't mention that name here.
Lincoln Riley.
Like I said, after everything happening, I expected Jason Garrett at least come up with a better game plan than what he did.
No, I didn't expect anything.
I didn't really expect anything either. I mean,
no, but the point is that everything was against the Bills for them to win, and again, they found a way to get it done in an impressive fashion. So credit to them.
Listen, like I said, I was one of the few people that actually liked Josh Allen coming out of college. I've gotten into a lot of heated debates with people, social media and everything that hate that guy.
He might have the best arm in the league.
He has a monster arm.
And his athleticism, man. He's an athlete.
You can't teach that combination of monster arm and being that athletic. So
one thing that comes to mind when I think of Josh Allen was last season when they were like an 18-point dog against Minnesota.
Yeah.
And Josh Allen just himself personally just showed
leadership. He did it by himself.
Stepped up. And sometimes, no, all the time when you need games like this, you need playmakers, and when the QB can step up like that, they're just showing early signs of huge success in the future.
And with a team that lost, Shady, Sammy Watkins, and he's still able to play at a high level in a division that's it's not an easy division. I mean, you got the Patriots. I mean, the Jets have been obviously, up and down.
And Washington, but
still, that's not an easy.
It's like everybody else in New England, but they're not that far away from New England.
So with that said, and we got the Thursday games out of the way. Everybody had their food, watched the Cowboys get beat up. Now we're on Sunday, game of the week: Baltimore Ravens, San Fran.
Great game.
We talked a little bit on Pete's Corner. What do you think happened to that game?
He's got the flags.
What I think, like I said, you might as well throw it now, producer. Look, like I said, East Coast game. The weather right now, I'm looking outside the window as we speak. It's ugly, it's cold, it's wet,
it's cold
icy.
Inside. We're inside, it's cold.
The only way I expect Baltimore to win this game is if they went over the top and pounding San Fran with points. Here it comes. San Francisco
here it comes.
Has the better defense and has the better run game. Very low scoring game. I expect them to pull this out. Very low scoring, ugly, hard mouth game. San Fran covers this game.
Oh wow! He threw the yellow and the red. Man!
Oh, here we go.
Double flag. Dave, what do you think about that game?
Listen, I've been high on San Fran.
Yeah.
Like I told you guys, I think they're the best team in the NFC right now. With that defense, with that running game.
Can't move the chip, baby.
With that said, I'm going with Baltimore today. Listen, again, I don't care what you guys think and say. Listen, coming from West Coast to East, I think it's going to be a problem for them. This cold weather, it's going to be nasty. Listen, we're playing in Baltimore. They're playing at home. I think Lamar Jackson, it's all on his shoulders. They have a good running game also. So I have Baltimore winning by 3 in a close game. It's going to be a sloppy game. I think it's going to be back and forth. But I think Lamar Jackson, that running game, gets it done today.
I can actually see that because San Fran, despite how great their defense have been, they haven't really gone against a running quarterback. So they could have problems with Lamar Jackson. I think this is a game that can go either way. I'm actually going to pick San Fran to win the game, even though I think, like I said, it's going to be a close game, 3-point type game. So either way. Why is it a loud boo?
You got the loudest boo.
Why is it a loud boo? What the hell? All right, so I think it'll be a 3-point game either way.
Double flag.
Everything else coming.
The bag belt too.
Listen,
you got the mustard bottle.
Another flag.
All right, listen, we're gonna have to get everything back in control now.
Over here.
Yeah, we need security. This is
security.
But yeah, I think San Fran wins this game in a close game. But like I said, I can see Baltimore winning. It's a 6-point spread right now. I think they'll definitely
I think
win
it's too
6.
much. Yeah.
Mr. Flip-Flop, which way you going?
I said San Fran. I said
Baltimore winning, Mr.
San Fran.
Flip-Flop.
I said San Fran. Yo, this is not Pete's Corner. It's not a betting show. It's a 3-point game. I'm analyzing the game. So now that we talked about the game of the week, what other game do you want to see? What game are you most interested in seeing this week?
I think. No, I had to think because I was looking at the games, before the show. So, I was thinking of what team really needs a win. In my opinion, I think the Texans really need a win today.
No, they don't. Fuck them.
I think here's the problem.
He's like, get out of here.
Listen, behind them.
Deshaun Watson, looked so good last year. I feel like he's kind of taken a step back this year. Mm-hmm. I think that team is so talented, though. It's they've had their ups and downs this season, especially with that ugly loss to Baltimore. Mm-hmm. But they came back. They won last week. Listen, this is an opportunity for them to make a statement, especially against a Patriot team who people consider probably the best in the league, probably maybe going to the Super Bowl this year. I think the Texans really need to win this game. I think they can turn their season around, and be a contender if they can win today. So I think that's probably the game I'm interested in watching.
What about you, Dre? What game do you want to see?
Man, look, I'm gonna be biased. I want to see the revenge game of the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Browns. It's a very interesting game. Again, they benched Mason. Once they put in Devlin in, they started moving the offense. Could the Browns sweep the Steelers after decades? I mean, it's possible. I'm not saying it's impossible because they have been playing really well lately. And if they do win, they're getting a step closer to a potential playoff spot because now they break all tiebreakers, and which includes Pittsburgh, Indy, Tennessee, all of them. So, again, including myself, I've been making fun of the Browns, but if they win today, they kind of shatter Pittsburgh's hopes for any playoff potential, and
that's their Super Bowl. They did it. That's what they want to do.
And they kind of shut everybody up that's been planning on the Browns, talking about, oh, you were supposed to be the playoff teams. Well, now they have a shot to step up and actually make it happen. And I'm also interested to see how Tomlin reacts to Freddie Kitchens in this Browns team. I mean, he's been impressive after an 0-3, 1-4 start, losing your starting quarterback, losing Le'Veon Bell, losing AB.
It's been a whirlwind.
No Juju Smith, no James Conner, but somehow he has got this team to go 6-5 with the number 6 seed spot in the AFC. I'm curious to see how Tomlin and his defense reacts at home against a Browns team that's been playing really good football. So, again, a lot of playoff implications in this game. And again, I'm being biased, but this is a game I'm really looking forward to, other than the San Francisco-Baltimore game.
That's been pretty impressive.
Yeah, we gotta remember Dre wanted Tom to fire.
No, but I did.
Now he's praising him.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but
Tomlin's done a good
Praise
job.
Tomlin.
But I'm not that ballhurt fan, and I gotta give credit where credit is due. So again, he did shut me up, and this goes back to when we were talking about Harbaugh in Michigan. Sometimes, when you have a coach and you criticize him, you can't take it for granted because once he's gone, who knows what can happen.
Listen, I agree with Dre. I want to see Cleveland versus Pittsburgh, but it's because I want to see a fight. I want to see a fight. I want to see somebody get hit with another helmet. I want to see somebody get suspended.
Oh,
I want to see a fight happen today. I want to see Antonio Brown walk out on the field. That's what I want to see.
Yes.
I want to see it. I want to see complete
In a Browns uniform?
and everything. He just comes out.
Everybody like, what the fuck?
I want to see everything happen today. I want complete chaos in that
I
game.
want to see Antonio Brown come out in the Browns mascot, take it off, and
they're already wearing uniforms like it's Halloween. They're wearing shirts and everything. I want to see everything come out on the field today.
It's a joke.
But no, I want to see it happening real. So with that said, we got to move on to the team that.
What's your game of the week? Actually, you never really mentioned the game.
No, I said that one. I said the
Cleveland
Pittsburgh. But I want to talk about now what team needs to put up or shut up. We're in week 13. As you talk about, the playoffs are 5 weeks away. What team needs to put up or shut up, Dre?
Wow, that's tough. The one team I was looking at right now, which I'm looking at them, and after Monday night, I think their playoff hopes is done. So Rams is out of the picture. The one team that needs to put up or shut up right now for me, it's tough, but I'm gonna have to say Philadelphia Eagles. Again, I know they're in the division, which an 8-8 record could win the division or whatever. But again, it's time for them to put up or shut up. They won the Super Bowl.
Damn.
They won the Super Bowl 2 seasons ago. Look, they won the Super Bowl 2 seasons ago. Everybody's high on Wentz. I don't like Wentz. I don't think he's that good. But now they have an opportunity. After Buffalo just smashing the Dallas Cowboys, for Philadelphia, I know they're going up against Miami, but they have an opportunity to not just get a momentum going, but a momentum going for the rest of the season that could potentially lead them to their to division champs. I think it's time for them to step up, and I want to see them show. I want to see something from them. Because again, everybody's been praising the Eagles as if they were still this, same caliber of the Super Bowl champs, which I don't think so. But again, this is an opportunity for them to blow out Miami in a huge fashion, to show me, look, guys, we're still here. Playoffs is around the corner, and we're in it, to win it.
Dave, what team needs to put up or shut up?
I said it before. Listen, I think the Texans. Listen, again, this is an opportunity for them to make a statement to say, listen, we're here. We're a playoff team. We're as good as last year. I think that team is too talented not to do good. Again, against the big brother of the Patriots. So we'll see if they can get it done today, later on tonight. But again, I think their season has been a little whirlwind. They've had ups and downs. this is an opportunity to make a statement today.
Listen, the team that I'm going to say put up or shut up is my team right
Tennessee
here.
Titans.
The Titans have won 4 of their last 5.
That's another good game.
They're going against the Colts.
Whoa!
Get out of here.
Whoa!
Listen.
Nice timing. I like it.
That's disrespectful.
Awesome timing. I like it. I like it.
Listen,
That was
Titans
awesome.
won 4 out of 5. They're going against Colts team that no longer has Andrew Luck, who owned them. They no longer have Marlon Mack this week. They don't have T.Y. Hilton. They don't have Eric Ebron. Half their team is going to be in the injured list after this game or before the game. So if you can't beat Indianapolis Colts and try to get yourself right there with the Texans, right there with other playoff teams, I mean, you're in a spot right now where if Cleveland does beat Pittsburgh and you win your game, you're in that 6th spot. Like, you have a chance to grab a hold of that last playoff spot.
So the Colts are like a wounded animal.
They
Is
are.
that what you're
They're
saying?
completely wounded
And
animal.
if
Like,
Tennessee can't kill
if
this wounded
the
animal.
end Tennessee season.
The
If they can't win today, end of
the
season.
crazy thing about it is that if Cleveland happens to beat Pittsburgh, Cleveland both at 6-6, Tennessee wins. Now they bump up to the 6th seed in the AFC,
Yes.
which holds that 2nd spot in the wild card spot. Again, a lot of implications if for some reason Oakland can win or whatever. To me, this is a put up or shut up.
Because I expect Kansas City to beat Oakland, so that'll knock them down 1 notch. And I picked Cleveland to beat Pittsburgh, so that'll knock them down 1 notch. So this puts them alone in the 6th spot if they win this game. They have to find a way to win this game, no matter what. Everybody is primarily healthy. Delanie Walker hasn't played all year, so I'm not even really going to count him. Everybody else is completely healthy. Everybody's playing today. They have to find some way to beat the Colts, even though they've been dominated by them in the past. So with that said, we will catch you on Wednesday back at Bogies in Clifton.
Hump day.
And enjoy the Sunday football games.
That's right, man.
Get
Check
ready for us to
Eat your wings.
A lot
preview
of money.
the college football next
Any
week.
leftovers you guys
Championship week.
got? Dig in.
Listen,
Woo.
the champ is here.
Hey.
Champ is here. We'll catch you guys on Wednesday. Peace.
Peace.